of dreams that dance and die before the drums. At 8 o'clock, as drawn by many bells, the patchwork congregation lopes and stalks to churches far from serenade of shells, to storms we leave behind the wind-blown walks, and sails of youth to glide through liquid hills, a temporal forgotten from all clocks, in which we dance or fall each one their slides, the music of white death's retreating tides. A saviour to the shell-shocked void of roof, the susurration final sum of man, shall cast our image out in lieu of truth, immortal, capsized in our mortal plan. For this the forward Iains will need no proof, but do not know this tragic rataplan, where all the threshed and mock to limbs that sweep, endurance fallen cue to bleed and sleep. No longer linked but animal what's done, of ruleless bullets where we glance upon our feet, we see a brother or a son, surrendered to the hoofbeats of a psalm. The moonlight, early when the squall begun, paints us its blank on magic Omicron, illusion scream for those who rise to die, the premature of hell's liquidity, anticipating rage of shriek or flood. Watching the trenches seemed both far more bleak. To Monty, seeing fear resolve past bud, well, funny how it seasoned ceased to speak. Now half his brains are missing in the mud. The moon cannot resist at half its peak, a passing pink more dreadful than the fall of tomblight in the silence of its hall, amid the gates of clouds that see no crime, in slayers slain by rights or by decree, of those who stage this forsaken pantomime, the high put low by night's necessity, the same as ours, whose forms lie under rime of sleeting showers, and feel no need to flee, the twitter flights of Flanders and the Thrum, that greets our dreams that drown before the drum, that signals the last light before the breakers. Bear man's blood away from his receding shore, like marionettes that reach to hands that break us. We mourn the dark, but mournless as a door throws dirt and dust alike on silenced rafers, and the ones who wait to sight the gates, nay more, of starfall's ferial darks, man's final, some illusion of his blind Elysium. Is this our lasting codex do we run, to lend you interest by some sutured sign of winds that sept unnoticed by your sun? Age breaks us through its prisms of decline, death rides a chrome horse darkly through the dun, and speeds us forward into sleeping time, a race that, win or lose, is all we ply, hymned on the distance of your finity. No runners laurelled in the frozen race of flesh and metal marshalled to one call. Our faces soon shall pass us out of place, bare photographs lined up against your wall, until you too are captured in the chase of detoured futures. Even ghosts will fall, but ours beat blind as breath, whose first grey hours were rendered to the arms of chanceless hours. You will not share or keep. Again the knell of alien fire sends out its flat carouse. Hell's denizens at last will never tell what iron laurels cross upon their brows, what one bland night shall murder in its well the limbs that beat and break upon its prows. The laughing moonlight, silent oriole, brash songbird to the dawns but skip and roll behind the eyes of those strange sunsets done. As eyes go out, you number us as words. We sentinels of darkness garrison, who sing through throats of pale garroted birds. If anything, then let us claim a son, or image of our nameless last rewards, a moment of the youth you wear to free us from the triumph of our tragedy. If fire this or that one may survive, halt seasons may consent again to be, a taste of what suggests to us we live, while lies on limbs a white infirmity, suggesting they recall again and give thoughts back to ash again, but leave me be, those ashen garlands also will be gone. From our flowers the rain streaks on our psalm.